everybody. I thought we could read this story called The Monster at the End of the Book, starring lovable furry old Grover, because Grover is one of my favorite Sesame Street characters, and this was one of my favorite books when I was your age, when I was in kindergarten. That means it's a very old story, but it's still a very good one. I think you'll like it. If it's called The Monster at the End of this book, what do you think is going to happen in this story? Why don't you turn and make a prediction with anybody that's in the room? And if there's nobody there, you can just say it out loud. Okay. The monster at the end of this book. This is a very dull page. What is on the next page? Dull means kind of boring. He's not excited by our title page. What did that say? On the first page, what did that say? Did that say there will be a monster at the end of this book? It did? Oh, I'm so scared of monsters. Do you guys think this is a fiction story or a non-fiction story? Remember, fiction means made up, make-believe, and non-fiction is realistic things, things that actually happen. You might see photographs in a story that's non-fiction. So this one is make-believe. There aren't really monsters. It's a fiction story. Should we turn it? Shh! Listen, I have an idea. If you do not turn any pages, we will never get to the end of this book. And that's good because there's a monster at the end of this book. So please do not turn the page. Should we turn? Okay. You turn the page! Grover is not very happy with us. He does not want us turning pages because we're getting closer to the end of the story. Maybe you do not understand. You see, turning pages will bring us to the end of this book, and there is a monster at the end of this book. But this will stop you from turning pages. See, I'm tying the pages together so you cannot. Do you think that's going to keep us from turning the page, being able to turn it? No, we can still turn the pages. You turned another page. You do not know what you are doing to me. Now stop turning pages. He has his hands up in the air. He's really frustrated. He's scared. Have you ever felt like that before? Frustrated or scared about something? Probably not from turning pages in a book, but has something ever made you feel that way? I know I've felt that way before. What zone do you think he's in? And how could he get out of that zone? What are some things he could do? Maybe he could go take a walk. Maybe he could do some breathing. What do you like to do to get yourself out of that zone? Think about that for a sec. All right, here we go. There, I, Grover, am nailing this page to the next one so that you will not be able to turn it and we will not get any closer to the monster at the end of this book. Over here it says, bam, bang, clonk. He's making a lot of noise while he's building this barrier to the next page, but we can still turn the page. All right, all right, all right. Do you know that every time you turn another page, you not only get us closer to the monster at the end of this book, but you make a terrible mess. We're knocking down all of the walls he's building. Oh my goodness. This will stop you from turning pages. A heavy, thick, solid, strong brick wall. I would like to see you try to turn this page. I just had a text-to-text connection when I was thinking about how he, first he tied the pages together, then he used wood, and now he's using bricks. That made me think of the Three Little Pigs. In that story, the first little pig built a house of hay, then a house of sticks, and then the third pig built the house of bricks. So that's what it reminded me of. Did it remind you of that too? Or did it remind you of anything else? Have you ever built anything with any of those types of tools? All right, let's see what happens when we turn the page. Do you know that you're very strong? Look at him. He's underneath a whole bunch of rubble. The wall toppled over. Let's see what happens next. The next page is the end of this book, And there is a monster at the end of this book. Oh, I'm so scared. Please do not turn the page. Please, please, please. Should we do it? Okay. Well, look at that. This is the end of the book, and the only one here is me. I, lovable furry old Grover, am the monster at the end of this book, and you were so scared. The end. I told you and told you there was nothing to be afraid of. Is that what he said to us all along? No, he was telling us not to turn the page because there was a monster there. He didn't realize that he was the monster. Oh, I am so embarrassed. Can you see his speech bubble? Oh, I'm so embarrassed, he's saying. All right, let's do a quick little retell. Let's put 3 fingers up and try to remember what happened at the beginning, middle, and end of the story. So at the beginning, Grover was afraid because he learned that there was going to be a monster at the end of the book. What did he do in the middle? What happened in the middle of the story? If you have somebody in the room, turn and tell that person what happened in the middle of the story. And if nobody else is there, you can tell me. Just pretend we're in the same room. So in the middle, he did lots of things to try to stop us from turning pages. And at the very end, what happened? At the end, he discovered that he was actually the monster at the end of the story, and he felt very embarrassed for telling us not to turn the page the whole time. Did you like it as much as I did when I was little? I hope you did. Okay, have a nice day. I'll be back to read more stories later. Miss you guys.